Warm welcome to the bigger program right here on KBN TV from Zambia. With me, Innocent Perry, call me IP, of course, on GSTV channel 2, Go TV channel 20, Decoder channel 102. You can follow the program via the Facebook page as well as YouTube platforms. You can send in all those burning questions as the program commences. 4 hours in the Republic of Zambia has made a few changes and of course appointments at government level. A statement from the office of the president and issued by Mr. Clayson Hamasaka, it reads in part: President Hichilema announces new appointments in accordance with Articles 2(9) subsection 2 of the Constitution. Republican President KBN Hichilema has appointments. Mr. Shadrack Mbewe as a Commissioner of Lands. Have a number there. Al-Wuzwe has been appointed as ambassador to ambassador or officially and as well as extraordinary the part of Brazil. We also have number 3 there, where Brigadier General Wilson C. Tembo has been appointed as ambassador plenipotentiary and extraordinary to the Republic of Zimbabwe. On number 4 rather, we've got another new name there, who is Mr. Mahua Wesley Hazemba has been appointed as ambassador plenipotentiary and extraordinary to just hold on a bit, potentially to the Republic, rather in the state of Israel. These are a few appointments which President KBN Hichilema has made. As you're aware that, of course, he made some disappointment a few days ago or a few weeks ago, and now he has made all those replacement. You might have to check, maybe your name may be missing. If it's not missing, if it's missing, and you have to check, because I've got a man who's going to respond to all that. All right, let's get into it, and of course, let's watch this video of President KBN Hichilema and his message house today.
We want to create land on title properly, not taking a plot that belongs to State House at State Lodge and rezone it and allocate it to friends. Really? Someone can take land in State Lodge, which is a conservation area, and really is signing a title deed on land that belongs to the state already? More important, this president? Icona. You don't survive when you do those things. You just don't survive. Clean up that State Lodge thing. It's been a problem piece of land for many years. Clean it up. Check if Jongwe Council brings you papers, Jongwe, and try and name that area something else. As a commissioner of lands, it must be in your head that there cannot be a new piece of land in State Lodge. It's not possible. So if you make those, they are not mistakes, they are intentional. To take away Palavana land belonging to 20 million Zambians, the Kaunda's regime, government, now people take Palavana, take research land, now there's no research, just for research work. People personalize those things. Wow, Icona. No, that's not right. We'll work with you to open, working with traditional leaders. I'll be meeting traditional leaders to make land available, which you can subdivide property available to all types of citizens.
All right, thank you so much. That's the message. It's coming from President was at the State House today as he was swearing in those who have been appointed to their respective positions as well as countries of jurisdictions. Now, discussing these matters and of course other issues, I have in the studio a man who has been appointed over TV and radio appearances under the UP media team, the name of Kelvin Chifokolo, who joins me last minute and program.
Thank you so much, comrade, and we are grateful that you've hosted the UPN media team on the big program, like you've last minute indeed, and service to the country, service to the media director, service to the region, service to the president.
Like I mentioned on your, we found it fit to come and to have this conversation. We don't take your presence for granted, by the way.
Thank you so much. And when we are talking of maybe check the names of our leaders, ambassadors and high commissioners, not forgetting for lands. Yeah. And wow, some of us also have received our appointments this afternoon, and we are equal to the task. Let us work and make sure that we give people the correct narrative and things that are on the ground.
Now changes from a mayor media member now into coordinator of the UPND media team in charge of radio and TV appearances.
Huge task. Thank you so much, Comrade IP, and don't take it for granted. Allow me to appreciate, the chairperson for media, the media director, Max Mue, the deputy Squindi Stula, and the consultant, Oliver Shalala, and the entire media team, at the Secretariat. I receive this appointment with open hands and with their support, which has been coming. And I know that they'll continue supporting this office so that we see how we are going to coordinate on how we appear on radio and how we appear. Reason why last minute, like you've said, the media director saw it fit that, we can't start looking for someone who is going to appear on the big hour. Let the new man in the new office appear and represent the UPN, and here we are. So I must appreciate, Comrade Max Mue for the trust and the confidence. We are a number. It is a team. A number of us have received these appointments. We've got new people that are going to be doing the editing. We've got new people in production. You've got new people that are going to giving assignments to reporters, camera personnels. We've got a new person in charge of finance and resource mobilization, who is a comrade, a brother that we share an office, and there is work ahead of us, and we don't take these appointments for granted, but we are there to do.
Right, interesting. Let's get into it. I know that President Akandeshama today made several appointments, and now that is in line with Article 92, subsection 2, which I'm going to read in part without limiting the other provisions of the Constitution. The President shall A, appoint ambassadors, high commission, potentiaries, diplomatic representatives, and consuls. Number B, there it says the President shall receive and accredit foreign ambassadors, high commissioners, plenipotentiaries, diplomatic representatives, consuls, and heads of international organizations. This is the article which President Akandeshama today has exercised his powers on based on the Constitution. But again, what is quite interesting here, maybe before I get into the video, of course, we're from playing, the President, I think a few months ago, he lamented that he had received information that some ambassadors, diplomats were in these foreign missions, others were busy indulging, were misbehaving, and he promised that I'm going to make changes. Eventually, he did that. So when we begin from there, my question would be, When the President Hakainde Hichilema came into power, he did mention that he was going to appoint people based on merit. Don't make this administration. Again, you appoint people 4 years down the line, appointed. They are overindulging. I've received reports for misbehaving. Puts you and President Hakainde as the part in power.
President Hakainde Hichilema, the man for the people, the man that has got a heart for this country and the people that is working. IP, I will tell you that in every organization, there are always bad eggs, or there are people that will get off the hook and do things that will leave the appointing authority wondering as to what has befallen this particular individual. And so the article that you've read, powers are vested in the president.
Yeah.
And we cannot fault the president by coming up with a team that is going to discharge his mandate and make sure that they resonate well with the vision. You've talked about the appointments that the media director has just made this afternoon. He understands that for him to work effectively as a media director, he needs a team that is going to help him in discharging some mandates. And so, if today Chifokolo starts to misbehave, you cannot fault the appointing authority. Of course, there is confidence in the person that is being appointed. And so, the president trusted our parents, our colleagues, with that responsibility of being ambassadors and high commissioners. And for him, you've said lamenting, but I mean, it's just like a father. President Hakainde Hichilema is a father. Today, you and I are moving in these compounds. You are a media person, you hear reports of people being called junkies. And many are the times that I've said, these people we call junkies are our young brothers. These people we call junkies are people that are coming from homes. When a parent is told that, of course a parent who at least, complain, say, when I was giving birth to this child, when I was at school, paying huge sums of money, I wanted to give him a life. I wanted to give her a life so that he or she can become a better person in future. But alas, here we are, I am called Atateba junkie. It is normal in a society. So even for President Hakainde Hichilema to say, I've received the reports that some of you ambassadors and high commissioners are misbehaving. You are overdoing things. Okay? He made mention, say, you as an ambassador, you are the one last, and you even helped to enter a car. Remember when President Hakainde Hichilema was sworn in, he talked about work, and more work. So here we are. You've called me when I was actually dropping my wife at home. And because the media director has got faith and belief in me that Chifokolo will feature and respond. Remember, you and I have been having discussions that ours is to feature. When you give us an opportunity, we don't have an excuse to give, but to feature and respond to the questions that you are asking on behalf of the Zambian people. So even if I wanted to rest, but because you've called, and the media director says, no, I've told the IP to say, can you call your friend and feature? I've obliged. My duty is to come here and explain or answer to the questions that you're having. So you cannot fault the person that has appointed. And that is why President Hakainde Hichilema has been giving people time and room. Say, can you improve? Can you change your ways? But if you don't want to change your ways, that is the departure point. Like we saw people, being sworn in. And even these that have been sworn in. You've heard, especially for the Commission of Lands. The president is talking about, if you got the Minister of Lands, we've been talking about double titling, people changing. It is in Ichongwe Council. Papers are coming from the Lusaka, from Lusaka. And so he has told the new man, can you clear the mess which is there? It cannot be business as usual. It goes to show you that indeed in this government, the new Dawn administration of President Hakainde Hichilema is work and more work. and we have to deliver on time, not whereby people are complaining that our land has been encroached, this land has been changed, this was the use, but it has been changed, titles, changing overnight. That is not what we want to have in this government. And so the president is on firm ground, making sure that he cracks the whip, and it is sending a warning to those that have been appointed and those that are on the waiting list. There are people that are on the queue, waiting that maybe tomorrow or the other day I may be the one to be appointed. You see others are serving as an example. You misbehave in the New Dawn administration, in the administration of President Hakainde Hichilema. You are shown the exit door and somebody else is appointed. And we wish those that have been appointed all the best, that they should be able to discharge their mandate very effectively and not disappoint.
You, coordinator, you found it fit as the UPND government power now acknowledge the fact that the role of a president is to appoint people, but the president doesn't have the mandate on how he can be supervising people on a daily basis. You end up at appointing, you identify you and your potential self. I've given you this position, Comrade Chifokolo, as a coordinator of the media team in the UPND, but if you mess up, it will be you and your own conscience. The president, that is beyond the president, like you've mentioned. But here is where people what happens when you came into